Hello, it is Saturday the 3rd of February 2018. In this video I'm going to look at the latest Lotto result and I'm going to see what reasons I can find why these winning numbers were drawn in the last draw, and based on those reasons I'll possibly come up with some numbers for the next draw. So this is what the chart looks like at the moment, or this is what it looked like before the last draw. That's where the winning numbers were on this chart, and this is a chart for the current trend, which is machines Guinevere and Lancelot, sets of balls 1 to 4. So as you can see, at first glance, none of these numbers seem to be particularly outstanding. But if we look at all machines and all sets of balls, then we can see now that number 5 was the most overdue number on that chart. And if we look at a chart for number 5, I don't see much on that. If we look at the full draw history as well, and just turn it round so we can see the numbers. That doesn't tell us very much. So if we look at the other numbers as well. So now looking at the chart for 19, you can see that 44 most frequent with 19. And also notice that on the chart for 19 and on the chart for 5, when we look at these numbers over here, 57 is the most overdue out of the recently added numbers that have already occurred. So with the exception of number 50, 57 seems to be most overdue out of those. So let's look at a chart for 21. That doesn't tell us much. Chart for 42. Nothing on that. 44 then. Chart for 44, you can see 19 overdue for its frequency. So really, not many clues as to reasons why these numbers came out together in the last draw. Unless we look at current trend, so if we look at the current trend and the full draw history and see if any of these numbers were outstanding on these charts, okay, nothing on that one.
Okay,
So this doesn't seem to tell us much either. Which means that, in conclusion, it was basically just a very random occurrence. So let's just narrow it down to Lancelot and set balls free. So you can see 57, one at most overdue in Lancelot. Okay, Lancelot, set of balls free, full draw history, 44, most overdue out of the numbers that have occurred already. So, possible reason why 44 came out. And obviously if 44 came out, you saw where 19 was on the chart for 44. So that's the reason why 19 and 44 came out together with this machine and set of balls. So if we look at recent history, so I've narrowed it down as far as we can go, and I can't see anything. So those are all the reasons that I can see why these numbers occurred. So let's just go back to current trend, recent draw history. This is what the chart looks like now. Not much different. So looking at this chart, I can make some predictions. I predict number 52 will come out, and the reason why, it's most overdue. It's also a lot more overdue than the rest of the more recently added numbers. So 52, very good bet. Now the most frequent is 23, that's in the full draw history. 34 most overdue for its frequency, looking at the full draw history as well, and that's just going on the current trend. Now if we look at the recent history, you can see that 23 is just somewhere in the middle, 34 still on the edge of the chart, and also when we look at 34 and 52, when we look at those two together, or is it 34 and 23? Yep, 23 is most frequent with 34. Can't see anything on the chart for 52, apart from it's most overdue. Now if we look at a chart for 23, see 34, one of the most frequent, also number 2. 40 is outstanding on that, with the current trend as well. Now I've been saying 2, 23 and 40 will come out together for a while. I'm also predicting 52 and 34. And at the moment, you can see 54. One of the most frequent is also the most frequent going on the recent history, looking at all machines and sets of balls. So you can see 34's up there, very outstanding. 54 most frequent, also very outstanding. So those are my numbers. See, now you can see 52 and 34 frequent together when we look at all machines and sets of balls. So that's all I've got for this video. So I hope that helps you to win. Good luck in tonight's draw. Subscribe for the next one, and bye for now.